can go to school by themselves, but for the most part, someone has to take them to school. And they don't stay in school the whole day. They stop for lunch. So at about 1 or 2, like lunchtime, they have to go home. And I always ask the question, who are they going home to? Like, if there's nobody at home, who are they going home to? Now, how Swiss women have got around this, Swiss women that want to work, is they usually in their village have an older woman who takes care of the kids during lunchtime. So, you know, there'll be an older retired woman, and then she would basically take care of all the kids in the village. When they come back from lunch, she'll feed them something and they get sent back to school. So they go back to school after lunch. Why they can't feed them in schools during lunch, I don't know. But there's an expectation on written that the woman is supposed to be the one to do that. And for a woman who wants to work and wants to work for a very long time and build your career, perhaps this is not the easiest thing for you to do. By the time your kids are old enough to, you know, manage by themselves or travel by themselves or, you know, take care of themselves during this lunchtime, you've had a gap in your CV that might be harder to explain if you haven't been working. So to answer the question why I am not sure I want to have kids in Switzerland, that's one of the reasons. And also, the pregnancy costs are not covered by your health insurance here. So they're going to be covered from next year, I think they've just done a vote or something, but currently they're not covered. So all your pregnancy costs you have to pay for out of pocket, you, the family, you, the parent who's having the child, you guys have to actually pay for the children. So it's a big decision that you have to make whether you have children or not. So I am currently still thinking about whether I want to have that responsibility, one, and whether I want to have that responsibility here, right? So it's always good to think very wisely if you're a parent, women again specifically, and you want to come here, would you be able to manage the childcare? Because I think what immigrants don't really consider is that we don't have the village we have where we come from. You know, if you grew up in Nigeria or even if you grew up in London, like chances are that you know some people around that can do cheaper childcare for you and take care of your babies while you're at work. But if you move to a country where you don't have that system, and the system is not necessarily encouraging of that, it might be very difficult. So I would just say, from my point of view and my advice, is think very hard if you want to have kids here, because it's an expensive choice, right? It's a great country, but for women you really need to think about that choice that you're making.